6 feet 11. Number 13, Nick Richards. At forward, 6'7", number 30, point guard at 6'3", number 9. At guard, 6'6", number 7.
And Craig, now that we have a new season underway, what's most important for these teams to remember right now?
That it's a long season, Kevin. And I know we say that a lot, but it's the truth. And to just remember, there's going to be plenty of ups and downs during the course of the year.
Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. And it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Flash. And it's Peterson in at the shooting guard. Connects from three-point range.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the bucket by the Celtics. To the left wing, here's Peterson. And it's White with the rebound. To the middle. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And a whole season still ahead of us. But it's well worth seeing how the updated power rankings shake out. You take a look at the Raptors. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And I think for the Mavericks, they came out of the gate swinging this season, fighting their way up the rankings. You just hope they can sustain this pace as the season wears on.
Now, here is Irving. Last game, 26 points. Washington finds Irving. Pass to Lively. Here's Peterson. 4 on the clock. Another 3 for Dallas.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, it is always a great feeling when you go the extra distance, double OT in this case, and are able to come away with that win.
Now Irving, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Washington, that's good.
Well, a sharp start for them. 3 of 4 from the field.
And so White will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 7-point differential. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Irving looking for an opening. Pass to Flag. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Peterson. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Peterson's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. At one time, pretty much just a three-point specialist. Sam Hauser, coach, is now picking up the defense.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can come into the league and maybe carve out a niche with just one skill. But usually what you have to do is take that one skill and build on it so that you can be a consistent rotation player. Sam Hauser has done that, and as you said, he's added the defense to his shooting ability.
And the second free throw, good. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Irving against White. To the paint. Here's Richards, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Passing out of the pick and roll. Tatum's such a good decision maker. You want the ball in his hands.
Now here's Irving. Lively the pass to Peterson. On the wing, Irving. That one's in, his first shot this game.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Brown outside. And the foul called on P.J. Washington. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, White finds Richards.
Well, look, any loss of focus can lead to mistakes. Guys in this league are just too good.
Washington passes to Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Almost effortless looking. Kyrie's motion inside is so well practiced.
Tatum against Washington. Here's Richards. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It goes on Derek Lively.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And guys, they've also done a great job generating offense from their defense, forcing turnovers and making the defense pay for those mistakes.
A bit early to pick up foul number 2. He's got to be on his best behavior now.
And the Celtics making a change here. Richards checked in. Pass to Irving. Here's Peterson. Back to Irving. Just 5 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
It's such an unpredictable player. Irving excels at realizing how to shoot defenders with that shot fake.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. And the Celtics making a change here. Walsh is checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Celtics trail by 9. Pritchard passes to White. Back to Pritchard. From deep three-point territory. And the basket by Hauser.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Peterson. White covering. Pass to Flag. Here's Peterson. White covering. With a pause in the action, let's see the teams that were best from the line last season. Number 1, the Celtics.
You know, they made that a point of emphasis a season ago. I mean, they spent a lot of time in practice drilling their free throws. And I think it really paid off with the best percentage in the league.
Both free throws good for Irving.
And Irving is one of the most gifted players we've ever seen. I mean, who still continues to play at a high level.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
And let's check out a breakdown looking at some data for White. He had a strong showing last season. Last year averaged 17 points a game. Just over 2 steals and 4 assists. But to have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
A shot by Pritchard, no good.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Lively. And finished off by Lively.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Pritchard with the ball. He's covered by Irving. Pritchard passes to White. They set the pick for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, it's often a game of very slim margins, and those close losses somehow sting even more.
Now White picked up 24 points in their last one against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense. Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And that one drops for him.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Now here's White. I know some would classify Derek White as underrated. Stan, what's your read on him?
Well, Kevin, I would say he was underrated for a long time, but now I think we've all gotten smarter, and we all realize Derek White is one of the best guards in this league, period. I don't think he's underrated anymore, and I just think it took us a long time to catch up with how good he is.
Ball's checked in for the Celtics. Then for the Mavericks, Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. Thompson comes in for Washington. And it's Dalton Connect in for Flag. Shot from the top of the key. Here's Gafford. Makes it off the glass.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Martin's checked in for the Mavericks. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Daniel Gafford.
Yeah, easy call.
Celtics have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Mavericks leading by 10. Here's Connect. Outside Martin. 13 feet away. And off the prior, and in it goes. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
There's the screen. Ball from long range. Busted. No good that time either. Dallas has gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Out to Thompson. Pass to Martin. Irving from long range. Ball with the rebound. Celtics trail by 12. Martin with the block. Irving against Ball. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Connect. 12 points for him.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Pass the ball. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Clock at 6. Here's Pritchard. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Leading by 12. Out to the right wing. Gafford kicks to Irving. Out to Thompson. Pass to Connect. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And the Mavericks lead by 15.
That's why he's in this league. Connect is deadly from deep.
Now Ball. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Celtics making a switch here. Garza's checked in. Pritchard against Irving. For the screen on Pritchard. Irving passes to Gafford.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
It's his first trip to the line. That free throw missing. Boston making a switch here. He hits the second from the line. 1:43 left in the first quarter. Pass to Walsh. Shoots from the corner. Good on the bucket.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. And the Mavericks with some changes. Clyde comes in for Martin. And it's Johnson in for Kyrie Irving. Mavericks leading by 14. Johnson outside. Pass to connect. It's up a three. Rebound Boston. And this matchup with the Mavericks is the first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Well, the disparity in talent has been clear-cut, but it's another season and another opportunity to turn the tables.
Peterson's checked in for Boston. 1:03 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Johnson. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
And no doubt, the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of ball's shooting technique. But, man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
Here's Connect. Over Peterson. Here's Gafford. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Lonzo Ball picks one up.
Super work on the boards. They really want to put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg just keeps swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of it.
And it's in there.
I love how Ball moves the rock. Incredible instincts on the offensive end.
Mavericks leading by 14. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And here is Johnson. Pass to Connect. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Ball. And Connect gets it to go. Connect's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, he got to his spot in the mid-range, and that's a shot he's going to make more often than not.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Mavericks. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be right back after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
So with Irving on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Thompson and Flagg are the forwards. Connect out there with Johnson. And it's Gafford in at the 5 down low. Brown, no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
That shot wide open. Connects got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Mavericks. Brown outside. To the left side wing. And the rejection by Gafford. Here's Flagg. And Flagg throws it down.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Pritchard with the ball. He's got 5. There's Brown with the 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the 3, it really opens up this offense.
Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Connect. It's hauled in by Brown.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. It's Connect on the wing. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
The assist.
And that's now 10 points for Dalton Connect. Brown the pass to Gonzalez. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
Yeah, credit the defense there, not allowing the easy layup.
Pritchard finds Brown. Now Pritchard. 8 points his last outing. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Pritchard's got 7 points in the game. And with the trend break toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford. Irving's checked in for Johnson. Celtics trail by 16. Pritchard feeling it out a bit with the step back. It's good from about 19 feet.
He's so good in that medium range area. Tatum can create space and shoot over the top of the defense.
Now here is Irving. He's got 12. Pass to Connect. Now flag. Guarded by Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Gafford finds Connect. Back to Gafford. Irving against Pritchard. Unloads from 13. Dallas again missing. Celtics trail by 14. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Here's Pritchard. He's got 7. Brown outside. Cash money. Brown with the tray.
Well, when you're as polished and practiced a shooter as Brown, there's no reason to hesitate.
Gonzalez against Thompson. On its way from Irving for 2. And Tatum pulls it down. Boston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Back to you.
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you. Here's Garza, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Inside, and stolen by Thompson. Pass to Irving. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Right side, Tatum. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got his 5th rebound in this one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And now, let's look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. 3rd spot, the Celtics.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. P.J. Washington comes in for Klay Thompson. And Peterson subbed in for Dalton Connect.
And let's take a moment to look at some stats for Tatum. Coming off a terrific season, he averaged 25 points per, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
Mavericks leading by 15. Peterson the pass to Irving. Washington with this screen on White. Irving attacking in the corner. It's flagged. With the second effort, Jason Tatum grabs the board.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Brown the pass to Hauser. Now White. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got 4 rebounds in this game. Washington. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Dallas, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And Dallas also making a switch. Thompson's checked in. Pritchard with the ball. He's got 7. There's Tatum's range on display.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Washington sets the pick for Irving. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
There's the pick. Tatum drives in. Inside, Tatum automatic.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
Lots of players do it, Coach, but what is the best part of Jason Tatum's game, in your opinion?
Wow, now that's a tough question, Kevin, because this guy can do it all. I would say what the best part of Tatum's game is, he can create whatever shot he needs at any given time. He's got the ball handling skills and the shot making ability to get where he needs to go and then finish the play.
Here's Richards, and he goes in for the dunk.
Proving once again that he's a team-first player. Tatum is all about finding his guys whenever he can.
Irving against Richard. Irving dishes to Thompson. Back to Irving. Pass to Lively. The kick out to Irving. Clock at 4. And Boston with the rebound. Tatum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Down low. And it's White missing.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
And they pick up 2. Irving's got 12 now in this quarter.
On the drive, Irving just so dynamic. The defense doesn't know what to do to contain him.
Pass to Tatum. Over in the corner, White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, yeah, White prefers a more head-on shot, but that doesn't mean he can't sink those corner threes, too.
Here's Thompson, and it's good off the back rim and in. Thompson's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Tatum. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
Celtics making a switch here. Ball's checked in. Celtics trail by 15. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Ball's got 5 points so far.
Not settling there. Lonzo gets inside for a high percentage look.
Pass to Peterson. Thompson outside. Now Washington, and the officials call for a 3-second violation. Boston's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Irving, following the basket by Derek White. Irving with the bounce pass. They get it back. Goes up again. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Tatum, make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Yeah, the closer Tatum gets, the easier it is for him. His touch is just so good.
Outside Irving. Fires for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Now here's White. He's got 8. And the dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, no question Tatum can take over a game at a moment's notice.
Here's Peterson. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Fires at the elbow. Tatum with another miss. A deep 3 from Irving. And so it's Dallas, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back to the action in just a minute.
Welcome to halftime. First things first, a look ahead at other games on the docket tonight. For the Grizzlies, they'll be up against the Wizards in Washington. Start time, 7 o'clock Eastern.
These teams are well matched. It's going to be anyone's game.
Circling back to our game now, Kyrie Irving on fire in that first half.
Hey, hats off to Kyrie. We know how talented he is when he's focused on the task at hand. He's one of the best defensive players in the league.
His skill level is up there with the best we've ever seen, Shaq.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
The guard pair, it's White and Brown. Jason Tatum is out there with Nick Richards. And it's Hauser in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. Here's Tatum. Plays it up and banks it in. Tatum's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Celtics.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Irving against White. Pass to Flag. Brown. To the paint. The kick out to Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Tries it from the top of the key. Mavericks with the rebound. Weig's got his 4th rebound in this one. Takes it inside. The kick out to Irving. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Oh, incredible defense, JB, an elite two-way player.
White goes in, and here's Brown outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Brown's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Boston. Dallas has gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Driving in, Irving finds Washington. Back to Lively. A steal. Brown outside. Pass to White. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Clock at 6. Up top, Tatum. He's covered by Washington. Tatum's shot is off.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Irving can't hit. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Tatum. Boston needs to get off a shot. Here's White. No good from outside.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Irving passes to Lively. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Lively's got 8 points.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Here's the screen. Pass to Richards. And the foul called on P.J. Washington. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now, Hauser. And here is Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Over Peterson.
I love the intensity dial up here from a defensive standpoint in the second half. Doing a much better job.
Lively is screen on White. Irving passes to Lively. Hauser with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I'll tell you, not many players are better at forcing a defender to foul than Tatum.
And sometimes, Stan, lost in everything he has done for his team, Jason Tatum is one heck of a playmaker.
Yeah, Kevin, I think what happens to guys like Tatum when they come into the league is because he can score the ball, and that's such an important skill, we tend to focus on the scoring. But Jason Tatum has become a better playmaker in his time in the league. He's become a better defender and a better rebounder. This guy excels at everything.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
The shot's good from Irving.
And when Irving is rolling like this, it's really special to watch. Not much the D can do.
Outside Tatum. Stolen by Washington. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And the rejection by Tatum.
Outstanding defense from Tatum. You know he can protect the rim. You love that from the rim.
White looking around. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Well, look, if you're trying to slow down White, you first have to match his activity level.
And both free throws good for White.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Pass to Peterson. Washington with this screen on Brown. Now Washington. Peterson the pass to Irving. 6 to shoot. Goes to the reverse layup and pops it in. Irving's got 31.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Here's Richards. Shoots over Lively. Now the Mavericks moving it up. And finished off by Lively.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Here's Tatum. The Mavericks making the shot. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Dallas. Lively's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
White against Irving. Now flag. 6 points for him. Washington finds Irving. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the upcoming schedule for the Mavericks. On Friday, they'll take on Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll face off against John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And you know, for that matchup with Denver, that will be the 8th contest of the year for them. The season is young, but they are starting to find their form.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, the Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, the closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control, things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you. Back to you, Kevin.
Staying dialed in. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. Dallas making a switch here. Thompson's checked in.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Klay Thompson. How he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And I think he can play even better. I mean, sometimes it's tough to get into a rhythm with limited minutes, but he has got to find a way.
Yeah, when you're a reserve, you've got to stay ready. And when your opportunity comes, you got to make the most of it.
So it's Boston now, following the score by Dallas. Offensive rebound. Yep, it goes, and the Dallas A's cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Brown.
But when it comes to rebounding, one of Brown's old coaches once told him, you have to want it. Well, he wanted it right there.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 31. Here's the teardrop. It's deflected. White against Thompson. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Tatum kicks to White. Up top, Brown. 13 points in the game. Over Peterson. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Lively with the screen. Peterson, that's good. Peterson's got 9 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Brown outside. Outside Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Brown the pass to White. And the rejection by Lively. past the flag. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. And so he hits both. Here's Irving. It's stolen by Pritchard. Thompson against Gonzalez. Inside. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Irving against Pritchard. At the elbow, it's flagged. Shoots over Gonzalez. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Pritchard passes the ball. There's a good screen. Pass to Walsh. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one falls. And it's Irving with the ball for the Mavericks. A 12-point game. Now flag. Shot clock at 6. Irving with a clean look. Good on the triple. Irving's got 34 points.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Outside ball. There's 1:38 left in the third. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Ball's got 8 points.
Nice answer by Ball. He has the range to do it.
To the inside. It's stolen by Gonzalez. Here's Walsh. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Walsh has got 4 points in the quarter.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Pritchard passes to Gonzalez. The 3 from Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Pritchard passes to Gonzalez. Pritchard with the screen on Thompson. Outside ball. Over in the corner, Pritchard. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. He's got 10.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts. Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Outside Irving. Over Pritchard. And that one released in time, but no good. The third quarter comes to a close. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 6. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So with Irving on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Thompson and Flagg are the forward. Johnson is out there with Connect. And it's Gafford in at center. Round the pass to Gonzalez. Here's Walsh, covered by Gafford. Pass to Gonzalez, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now here's Johnson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And also, the mid-range game has been working as well. They kept that as a big part of their game plan, and boy, are they being rewarded for it.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Brown. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And a miss there on the triple. Dallas leading by 7. Flagg with it. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
JB showing off those handles. That was a weakness of his early on. Now it's strength.
Dallas has gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Here's Connect. He's covered by Ball. Johnson, good.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Here's Brown after the Mavericks pick up 3. Gafford with the steal. Here's the break. And taken away by Brown. Pass the ball. They set the pick. Launches it. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Here's Flagg. Drops in the layup for 2. And now it's a 10-point Dallas lead.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. The Mavericks also with a sub. Irving's checked in. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He questioned his team's effort, asking them, should I put in the bench right now? Wake up, guys. We can still win this game, but I need you all to play like you believe you can. Not exactly a fun huddle to listen to, guys.
And Allie, thanks so much. Now, here's Tatum. Throws it down, JT!
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beats you in so many different ways.
Moving against Pritchard. And it's Connect in the corner. Dallas again turning it over.
Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
Celtics trail by 8. Here's Pritchard. Here's Gonzalez. Sinks the three-pointer.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
So hard to contain. Irving enjoys putting the D on their heels and drawing fouls.
And so Irving nails both of them.
And his work at the free throw line has been terrific tonight, making the most of his chances.
Pass to Tatum. Over flag. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Tatum.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And they recover.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
5 on the clock. Dallas moving it around. They get the rebound. Out to the wing. Here's Flag. Guarded by Tatum. Gafford goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Jason Tatum.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Boston making a switch here. Ball's checked in. And here is Brown. To the middle. Wants to get it to Tatum and does. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, look, you got to hit Tatum harder than that, or else he's just going to push right through the contact.
And you think of all that Jaylen Brown has accomplished, Coach? Top of the list, 2024 Finals MVP.
Yeah, look, it's tough to beat that as an accomplishment, Kevin. To win your team a championship and be the biggest part of it. But what I love about Jaylen Brown is the consistency of what he's done throughout his career. This guy has been good for a long time, and he's still got a long way to go.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Gonzalez, and it's Whiten for Ball. Pass to connect. Back to Irving. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And Gafford throws it down.
A dependable distributor. Irving is adept at seeing the floor and making the pass.
Irving against Pritchard. Back to Richards. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got his 6th assist on the night. Here's Connect. Light covering. Pass to Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 5. Outside Tatum. Back to Pritchard from outside the arc. Rebounded by Gafford.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Irving against Pritchard.
And in terms of ball handling, this guy is just on another level. Kyrie Irving can put it on a string and just run circles around the defense.
And he can't get the first one. Sam Hauser's checked in for Pritchard. Then for the Mavericks, Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. B.J. Washington comes in for Thompson. And Peterson subbed in for Dalton Connect. Now here's White. Baseline jumper, and it's Boston with another.
Well, that's a smart shot by White. Most of the times teams will give you the mid-range.
Here's Peterson. Pass to Flag. Three-pointer trains the three-pointer. Flag's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And it's the Celtics with the ball. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Hauser the pass to Brown. Outside Tatum. Shot clock at 5. Shoots the 3. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Irving passes to Peterson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jaylen Brown.
Clearly foul.
And the first one drops. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
Pass to Tatum. There's a screen. A 3. And it's Flagg with the rebound. Flagg's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Peterson. Back to Irving. Now Flagg. Now here's Washington. Shoots from 12. Lively, that's good. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, look, he's got the length to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Here's Peterson. Here's Lively. How did that go in?
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Free throw, no good for Lively. White against Irving. Now Washington. Now Irving. Another shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Celtics trail by 11. Tatum deciding where to go with it. And it's off.
Great D. Affecting the shot, then crashing the board.
Have to be careful guarding Irving. When you're too physical, he uses the contact against you.
First one falls for. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And here comes White, leading the fast break. With the teardrop, Flagg with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 12. Here's Lively. Oh, what a finish!
I like the selfless approach from Kyrie tonight, doing whatever he can to help his team.
Tatum with it. 1:53 left in the fourth. Good on the basket.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
And that one falls for Tatum.
Well, look, what makes Tatum special is he helps you in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and on the glass.
Here's Peterson. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Washington, and stolen by Tatum. Brown. Flagg with the rebound. Dallas has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And there's the foul. It'll go on Nick Richards. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And he makes the first. Good on both. And here is Tatum. 1:10 left in the game. White outside. Here's Brown. Down he goes for 3.
Lots of development work has gone into Brown's three-pointer.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Mavericks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win
here for the Mavericks.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. But first, let's reveal